Good morning and welcome to everyone who is on the live stream. If you are new to the channel, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, as I am a small content creator and this really helps me with more of you to follow the channel and for me to get more products to review for you. So I want to start off this video by saying thank you so much to the folks over at Fellow for sending me the Stagg EKG Pro to review for you today. So today I'm going to go over all the basic functionalities of the Stagg, and then we're going to brew some pour over coffee with the Brewista Tornado dripper. So here we go. First, just start out by removing this plastic piece here. Super satisfying. And we are going to get right into looking at the design of the kettle overall. Now overall, I absolutely love the look and the classiness of the Fellow Stagg. I like how it's a matte white finish. They also come in black, and I believe there also is a Fellow Stagg EKG that has a glass finish on top as well. This one is plastic, but it is a nice and durable plastic. So here we get going. Really nice design here, really easy to hold. It's really easy on your wrist, and something I like about the kettle itself is this one has an internal clock on it, so you can actually preset it to boil when you want it, so it's ready when you wake up. So first we're going to go ahead and start to click this button, which opens up the Fellow menu options right here. So first thing you're going to see is schedule. Let me see if I can get this a little clearer. All right, so here we have schedule. So here we can click this, turn it to on, and we're gonna set it for, let's say 10. So it should start here pretty soon. We're gonna set it for 212, and now it's scheduled. So we have guide modes, which we can turn those on and off. Chimes, I'm not too familiar with all this yet, but I will do another video. Chime, I believe it just tells you when, so when everything is ready to heat. Units, you can change to Fahrenheit or Celsius. I like Fahrenheit. And then you have general, you can go wireless. You have the clock, so that's how I set up my clock, and language. So we can set all that up through here. Just keep that on. It says use phone app to set up Wi-Fi, so just download the app and you should be good. If you hear, this is a nice option. So come back to altitude. You can go sea level, 100 feet, and this is a really cool option. Obviously, I'll just keep mine at sea level, but it's nice to be able to have that option on a kettle. Pre-boil and to hold. So obviously once you get a certain temperature, it'll hold for 30 minutes. You can have it hold for 45 minutes or 60 minutes. I'll just keep it at 30 here. And then obviously it's scheduled for 10 o'clock. So let's just change that so that way it schedules here pretty quick. So we'll go to 10:07. So I do want to welcome Joe from Espresso Outlet for joining the live stream. We're just going over this Stagg kettle that was sent to me over from Fellow, and we're going to use it for the first time today. So really excited to use this kettle. While this is getting ready, we're just going to set up our pour over here. So we're going to set this over to the side, and we're going to get our scale. So we have the scale here. And this is my customized scale wooden cover plate. This is available on my Etsy channel. I make them for all different kinds of scales. Just let me know the dimensions, or I can look them up and we can make that happen for you. So today we are going to be actually using a Guatemala Geisha from Good Brothers Coffee. Strongly recommend trying Good Brothers Coffee if you haven't done so already. This was roasted on October 5th. Little bit old, but we're going to be brewing this with pour over. So let's go ahead and get everything set. We're going to be using the craft from Brewista, the server. Go ahead and tear that. And we're going to set the Brewista right here. So if you hold this, that way we have our time, so that way we know exactly when the pour is going to be finishing. So this is really cool. I can't remember who sent this to me. I know a YouTuber named Hoon just did a live with him. I will link this down in the description below. This is really nice, especially if you are into pour overs. Just a nice way to hold your filters. You have AeroPress, V60. You can put pretty much any filter in here, which is really nice and convenient. So it's nice and easy just to take one of them out. And we're just gonna go ahead and set it up next to it until that starts to pre-boil. So we have that set for 10:08, I believe I set it at. So in about a minute it'll turn on. And today we are going to be using the hand grinder from Espresso. Really excited to, Chicago's altitude is around 570 to 670 above sea level. Oh. So we should probably change that. Thank you for letting me know. So I'll just do, I'll do 600. All right, got that all set up, and it's gonna start pre-boiling here in a second. So, and here it goes. All right, so we're gonna set this on top. Actually clicks. Not too familiar with the Espresso. I just got it. I did dial this in for espresso, but let's go ahead and move the clicker to about, let's go about 6. So it has a red marker here, so we'll be at about 6 here. I'm going to use about 16 grams. My scale's acting up because my table's not very level, but we'll work with it. Welcome to everyone who is joining the live chat. I appreciate all of your support. Been extremely busy lately with my pop-up coffee company with GREAT Espresso, so glad I get to film some content for you this morning. You're making the DF83 a good-looking grinder for the holidays. I would definitely suggest the DF83. I haven't gotten one yet, but from what I know about the DF64, that thing is absolutely amazing, and with the burr options that you can put in that thing, you can't go wrong. I can just tell you that. All right. So here we go. Trying to do everything avoiding the camera so I don't knock that over. Kettle's almost heated up, which is perfect timing. Just gonna set this in here. Now you can either fold it or leave it like this. I enjoy moving this over to the side, giving it a nice little crease. And then I also take this filter and fold it in half. And then I fold it on this side. And I'm going to show you why I do that here in a second. It just kind of opens the filter. Now some people suggest you don't fold the filter. I don't think it makes a big difference, but it just allows it to actually fit in here pretty easily without having to hold it and then use it and get the water. Joe said, yeah, DF83 is probably the grinder I had the most influence over build. Pretty proud of it. Yeah, super excited to be able to review that. I've heard nothing but good things about the DF83 so far from the influencers that do have them. So, all right, so we're going to do a little bit of a, there we go. And I love that, how when you take it off, it doesn't show. And then once you put it back on, it shows that it's heating again, which is a nice feature. Not saying that it's a must-have, but I just go in here as well and just kind of fix any of the creases. And then we'll go ahead and add our coffee. All right, go ahead and do that. And I'm just going to get a cup so I can dump the rest of that water into a pitcher here. All right. Preheat your server. And we're about ready. Let me just get a cup so when we get our final product, we have a cup to pour into. And here we go. Go ahead and start the timer. Nice and easy pouring. I usually like to go about 60 grams for the bloom. So there is 60 grams. And we're going to let that bloom for about 45 seconds here. Welcome to the channel. We're just getting our first look at the Stagg. And here we go. I like to go a little bit more aggressive with the next pour. About 120 there. Agitate the grinds. Kind of make it a little more even. And our goal is to hit around 2.5 to 3 minutes for this brew. That's just kind of what I've enjoyed so far. Haven't used the Easy Presso yet for pour over, but I've heard the clarity of the pour over with that is amazing. So we're going to give it a try. Hopefully our grind size isn't too bad. We're going to go about 275 grams of water. And I don't know about all of you, but I think pour overs are super relaxing, and just the sound of it just dripping into the server is awesome, especially early in the morning. And there we go. Now we'll just let it do its thing. Like I said, we're shooting for roughly 2.5 to 3 minutes. I just kind of guessed on the grind size. We used the Easy Presso for this recipe. Really excited for the use of the Easy Presso. It's been really nice to use so far. Extremely easy, and I could definitely recommend it. The espresso was absolutely smooth and just incredible. So if you're looking for a nice budget hand grinder, I believe it comes in around $300. I know it might seem like a lot, but if you don't have the budget and you want to have a really good grinder for both espresso and pour over, I think this is one of your best options. All right, so we're coming to the final run here. And we're almost done. Looks like we're going to hit about 3 minutes and about 15 seconds. The nice thing about the Brewista Tornado Dripper is once you get it done, you can set it onto here and all the water that runs extra can just go into this little plastic drip. I don't know if that's what it's designed for. And right at 3 minutes and 19 seconds. So I say that's a pretty successful guess for the first one. So now what I recommend you do is whatever server you have, just go ahead and give it a stir or a swirl just for a couple seconds there. You really just want to minimize the heat and get that temperature down because it's just going to help, and you're going to aerate it in the process. All right. And now get your cup of choice. I'm going to use the Crew glass here. And just start low and pour high just to kind of get that temperature down even more and to aerate. All right, so here is our glasses, the first look and the first use of the fellow Stagg EKG Pro. And we're gonna try some coffee here. We brewed some Guatemala Geisha from Good Brothers, roasted October 5th. The choice of water, I just think Perfect Coffee water is really good, especially for their pour overs. And cheers, let's go ahead and give it a shot. Still a little bit hot, but that white geisha, or the Guatemala geisha, is really good. It definitely brings out a lot of the white honey notes. I don't get a lot of the raspberry notes from this one, but I definitely get the rose petal and white honey. It's really smooth start and finish. There's mild to no acidity, no astringency, and what I mean by that is when I say astringency, I think of like dry mouth after you take a sip of it, but you really don't get it. It's extremely juicy. You get a lot of the white honey, kind of white grape tasting notes out of it, and the more it cools down, it just gets better. So I recommend letting it sit for about a minute or two to enjoy it at the best temperature. But super good, super delicious, and extremely smooth. So yeah, first look of the fellow Stagg EKG Pro. Let me know down in the comments what you think. I will link this also in the description below. Is this a kettle that would interest you? Do you already have an electric kettle? How does it work? Do you have this one? And how have you liked it so far? Also, let me know, do you think their price point is on point? Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Dylan's Home Espresso Bar. This is the first look at the fellow EKG Pro. And yeah, just give me your thoughts and opinions, and I appreciate each and every one of you. And as always, stay caffeinated. Peace.